Most daily reporting systems don't fail because they're complicated, they fail because no one actually wants to use them. You set it up, your team fills it out for a few days, maybe a week, and then slowly it starts slipping. Updates get shorter, things get skipped, and eventually you're back to chasing people for information again. And when your team is overseas, it's even worse because you're not seeing what's happening in real time. You're relying on those updates to understand what's going on, and here's the frustrating part, you don't even realize it's broken right away. At first, everything looks fine. People are submitting updates, things feel organized, but underneath that, clarity is already starting to fade. I'm Erin from Paired, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to build a daily reporting system your overseas team will actually use, not just for a week, but consistently. So you stay in the loop without constantly following up or wondering what's going on. And I'll also show you the exact moment most reporting systems quietly fail, so you can avoid it completely. Why most daily reporting systems fail. Most people build reporting systems based on what they want to see, not what their team can realistically maintain. So it starts with good intentions. You think, I just want visibility, I want to know what's going on, and then you build something that covers everything, what people worked on, what they are working on next, what they learned, and what blockers that they have. On paper, it looks solid. It feels structured, it feels like you're being organized, but from your team side, it feels heavy. Especially if they're overseas and already trying to stay aligned without constant communication, it ends up feeling like one more thing they have to remember to do after they've already finished their actual work. And no one says anything about it at first, and that's the tricky part. In the beginning, people follow it, they give thoughtful updates, they try to be detailed, and everything looks like it's working. But what's really happening is they're putting in extra effort just to keep up with the system, then life kicks in, work gets busier, so the updates get shorter. Instead of explaining what happened, they summarize. Instead of explaining clearly, they keep it general, and eventually it turns into something like worked on tasks continuing tomorrow. It's not wrong, it just doesn't help you anymore. I've seen this exact pattern play out with teams using Notion, ClickUp, even custom dashboards. The structure is there, but the usefulness slowly disappears because the system wasn't designed around how people actually work day to day. And once that happens, you're not really managing better, you're just looking at something that gives the illusion of clarity. What a daily report should actually do. A daily report isn't supposed to tell you everything, it's supposed to tell you what matters without slowing anyone down. That's the balance most people miss. When you strip it back, you don't need a full breakdown of someone's day to understand what's going on. You're trying to get a quick read on whether things are moving, where things might be stuck, and if there's anything you need to step into before it turns into a bigger delay. That's it, and once you accept that, everything gets simpler because now you're not designing a system to capture information, you are designing a system to surface the right signals. The problem is when expectations aren't clear, people fill in the gaps differently. One person might over-explain because they think more detail is better. Another person might keep it short because they think you want a quick update. Neither one is wrong, they're just guessing, and that inconsistency is what makes reporting feel messy. A better way to think about it is this. If your team had 1 minute to update you at the end of the day, what would actually help you move faster tomorrow? That's the level you want. I've seen teams completely shift the quality of their reporting just by simplifying it. Instead of long written updates, they moved to quick end of day Slack messages. Nothing fancy, just a short check-in before logging off, and suddenly the updates became clear. Not longer, clearer, because people weren't trying to complete a report, they were just communicating what actually happened. How to structure it so people actually use it. If you want something to happen every day, it has to feel like part of the day, not an extra step, and that's where most systems fall short. They exist outside of the workflow instead of inside it. The easiest way to fix that is to attach reporting to a moment that already exists when someone is finishing their work. At that point, everything is still fresh. They know what got done, what didn't, and what felt unclear, so instead of asking them to stop in the middle of their day or predict what they'll do tomorrow, you're just asking them to reflect on what already happened. That shift alone makes a big difference. Another thing that matters more than people realize is where the reporting happens. If your team has to switch tools even slightly, it creates friction. It doesn't seem like a big deal at first. Opening another tab, filling something out, going back to what you were doing, it sounds small, but over time, that small step becomes the reason it gets skipped. I worked with a team that had a clean reporting dashboard built out. It looked great, but usage was inconsistent. They didn't change the system itself, they just moved it into a Slack thread, same updates, same expectations, but now it lived where the team was already communicating. Within a week, consistency wasn't even a question anymore. There were no reminders, no chasing, people just did it, and that's what what you're aiming for, not something that people remember to do, but something that feels natural enough that they don't think twice about it. Let me pause for a second because this is where most people go in the wrong direction. If your team isn't using your reporting system, it's easy to assume they're just not being consistent. But most of the time, it's not that. It's that the system doesn't fit how they work. People don't ignore things that make their job easier. They ignore things that slow them down. So instead of asking why aren't they using this, a better question is why doesn't this fit into their day? Because once you fix that, usage fixes itself. What good daily reporting actually looks like. Good reporting isn't about sounding detailed, it's about being clear enough that you don't have to follow up. For example, if someone says, I worked on onboarding today, you're still left wondering what actually happened. Did they finish something? Did they get stuck? Are they waiting on something? You don't know. Now compare that to something like I completed onboarding for 2 clients, still waiting on access for the 3rd, and I'm not sure how to handle one edge case. Now that gives you everything you need in one read. You can see progress, you can see where things paused, and you can immediately tell if you need to step in. That's what good reporting feels like. And the key thing to understand is your team isn't trying to be unclear. They just don't know what version of good you're expecting. So they default to something safe. That's why examples matter more than instructions. You can explain what you want all day, but once you show someone a real example of a strong update, they'll naturally mirror it. And when everyone is working off the same reference point, reporting becomes consistent without needing constant correction. It stops feeling like something you have to manage and starts working on its own. How to make it stick long term. Even a simple system won't last if it doesn't feel useful. People don't stick to systems because they're told to, they stick to them because they see a reason to. One of the fastest ways to reinforce reporting is to act on it. If someone flags an issue and nothing happens, the system loses credibility. But if they say they're stuck and the next day it's resolved, everything changes. Now, reporting isn't just a requirement, it's helpful. Another thing that matters here is consistency from you. If you only check updates sometimes, your team will treat it the same way. But if they know that you're actually reading and using what they send, it naturally becomes part of the workflow. I've seen founders completely change team performance just by consistently responding to daily updates for 1 week. Not with long messages, just quick acknowledgements, clarifications, or decisions. That alone made the system feel alive. Why this matters more with overseas teams. With overseas teams, this isn't really about staying organized, it's about staying aware of what's happening without being there. Because you don't have those in-between moments anymore, you're not hearing quick updates, you're not seeing things unfold in real time, and you're not catching small issues as they start. So when something slows down, you don't see it right away, you feel it later. And that's where the frustration comes from. Not because your team isn't working, but because you're reacting to things after they've already drifted. I've seen this happen where everything looks fine on the surface, but the founder feels disconnected from the day-to-day. They start questioning output, timelines, even the hire itself, when really they just don't have a clear line of sight. Then nothing else changes except one thing. They add simple, consistent daily reporting, same people, same workload, but now instead of guessing, they can see where things are moving and where they're slowing down in real time. And that changes how you lead. If you've ever felt like your team is moving slower than they should be, but you can't explain exactly why, it's usually not a performance problem, it's a visibility problem. What you're building here isn't control, it's awareness without needing constant involvement, because once you can see clearly, you don't have to step in nearly as often. A daily reporting system shouldn't feel like something your team has to remember. It should feel like a natural close to their day. If it's simple and actually useful, people will use it without being asked. And once that happens, everything changes. You stop chasing updates, you stop second guessing what's going on, and you can focus on moving things forward instead of figuring things out. If this video helped, make sure to like and subscribe to Paired for more videos on hiring, systems, and managing overseas teams. And if you want help building a team that runs smoothly without constant oversight, you can book a free strategy call using our link down below. I'm Erin from Paired. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.